I would like to think that we've all had a class on flammables at one point or another in our lives. Right? Whether if you grew up in the education system or, working these random jobs, or even if you constantly travel and have to catch a flight. In this particular story, the victim was not aware that she had a propane tank, which had a leakage in it, sitting in the back of her van. And she went about her day lighting her average cigarette. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
This minivan exploded on a busy Fairfax County road this morning. Investigators believe a propane tank in the van had a small leak, and when the driver went to light a cigarette, the van burst into flames. The woman inside was rushed to the hospital. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder has reaction from neighbors who saw the van and say they can't believe what happened.
Police say a woman went to light a cigarette this morning, not realizing she was practically igniting a bomb. The entire roof was blasted off and landed in the middle of the road. The windows were blown out, door panels devastated, separated into pieces. Julian Hart can't believe his eyes.
I am in awe that nobody was killed.
Julian lives across the street.
I'm with him. I agree. From first looks of the vehicle, you wouldn't know what happened to the vehicle. It looks like it's been hit from every side and then some.
Near the intersection of Lee Chapel Road and Old Keene Mill Road. He said he heard the explosion at about 7:30 this morning, and it sounded like a sonic boom.
It shook the townhouses. Pictures fell off the wall. Stuff broke.
Fairfax County Police say a woman was driving.
That was a literal bomb.
Driving this Chrysler minivan this morning, and there was a propane tank inside with an apparent leak that she didn't know about. Investigators believe with temperatures in the 30s this morning, she probably had the windows rolled up, so a leak would have filled the car up with gas. Police believe that she went to light the cigarette, the car blew. Alan Caramella ran out to see what happened. Pieces of the car were blown all over his yard.
There was a piece of door right here, a big piece of the door.
From the van?
Yes, right here.
There's the door, easily 100 feet away from the van. Pieces of glass were everywhere too. Sitting on the curb in front of his house, he says, was the driver.
A woman was comforting her. She was just shaking uncontrollably. And she had burns on her arms. It was like red, like a deep sunburn.
Alan says the woman walked herself to the ambulance when it arrived. Police say her injuries are not life-threatening and say that while the explosion appears accidental, they have assigned a major crimes detective to the case.
The fact that that driver lived, she should go play the lottery today, or she's hit the lottery already by not being killed. I mean, look at that vehicle.
Reporting in Fairfax County, Drew Wilder, News 4.
My first thing is this. I'm glad that lady made it through, and I'm glad she was in a good enough condition to be able to walk to the ambulance to go ahead and receive proper medical attention. My second thing is, you go to the fuel pumps and you're pumping gas, there's the no smoking sign. Granted, propane is not ethanol, but anytime you're around fuel, oil, gas, and these tanks, you have to proceed with caution. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.